Good afternoon, Liberty students and faculty. I want to first start off by saying prayers be with the Bahamas, prayers be with South Carolina, Georgia, and North Carolina. I'm here in North Carolina and we are preparing for the storm's impact tonight sometime, so prayers for that. I would like to start off by saying that this will be about emergency chaplains and the job that they do for the community. The specific goal this afternoon is to inform you on the benefits and the need for emergency chaplains. The specific goal will be to inform the audience of what emergency chaplains do, how there is a benefit to it, the work life, the pay, and how it promotes Jesus Christ. The thesis sentence is, if you have a heart for Jesus and a heart for emergency services personnel, you may have what it takes to be an emergency chaplain. So start off a little bit. According to the Durham Emergency Chaplains, which was founded in 2008, a major part of what the emergency chaplains do is quoted as such: "We take care of those who take care of you." The Durham branch is comprised of 3 full-time employees and around 56 at the time of the publication of the 2018 review, volunteer chaplains across 12 counties. Again, according to the same report, in 2018, the CRT chaplains responded to 401 crisis calls, and 297 of those crisis calls were sudden or unexpected deaths, with over 3,000 hours logged with first responders. So why this career? Emergency chaplains are there because when we pick up the phone, we call 911, the first thing we think of is someone is going to show up, someone is going to be there, someone is going to come in our time of need, whether it be fire, whether we need police, or whether we need some kind of medical. And unfortunately, the first responders who are there are always there at other people's worst time in their lives. The first call I went on as an emergency chaplain was a suicide call. A young fellow, he was only in his mid-40s, committed suicide, and although it's hard for the family, it's unimaginable for the family, it's not easy for the first responders either. It's not easy for police, it's not easy for the EMTs that have to see that. In this specific instance, unfortunately, he used a firearm, and the scene is unimaginable. It's something that stays with you, it doesn't leave. So one benefit of having emergency chaplains is after those calls or during those calls, someone is there to pray with you. Someone is there trained to deal with crisis, to talk to you about that. It's a social problem because, for one, if we don't take care of emergency services, unfortunately, no one's going to. There is a unusual stigma in emergency services where you don't talk about the incidences, you write it off, it happened, you can't unsee it, so you just move forward. And unfortunately, in the last couple years in law enforcement specifically, there have been a rash of law enforcement suicides. And the chaplains are there to help mitigate that. The chaplains are there to help prevent that. We want to be able to talk to encourage, to pray for those who put themselves out there in harm's way, those who bear the sights of the darkest parts of humanity, so that way others don't have to. It is their cross to bear. They have chosen to bear that cross, but Scripture tells us that we are there to help bear one another's burdens, and that is something that emergency chaplains do. The major value is that when we are able to be there for emergency services, we are able to take that time and effort and energy, take the gospel to them, give them the hope of Jesus Christ so that way they can continue to go forward. The benefits are obviously simple. The benefit is we make sure that emergency services are taken care of so that way they can continue to take care of us. So here I've got some visual aids. Right here is the vest that I usually use. It is filled with all kinds of things. One of the things that we have are cards. So we are able to take our cards and we're able to give them to emergency services. We have a 24-hour number so they can call us day or night. I carry gloves, I carry pads of paper, I carry a flashlight because you never know what time of day you're going to enter into these situations. We have pamphlets to let people know what emergency chaplains do. I even have a special law enforcement New Testament that I can give to someone in need. If I were to go out to a call, evangelize to a first responder or a law enforcement officer, and they're in need of a Bible, I can get them a New Testament version. This right here is our symbol. This is our crest. And that is how people know who we are and what we do. Now, unfortunately, while being an emergency chaplain is a wonderful profession, it is not something that pays very well. I'm a volunteer, and out of all those individuals, like I said, we only have 3 full-time employees that get paid. The other 50 to 60 are volunteer hours only. But emergency chaplains are a wonderful ministry. We are donation-based only. We take absolutely zero profit, and the only donations that we use goes towards training and equipment. Somebody has to pay for the shirts, but it is something that we do use donations for. Stuff like this, to print these, to have the crests. Personally, I have a magnet on my car that signifies that I'm an emergency chaplain. So again, I want to thank everybody for allowing me to speak to you about something I'm very passionate about. And again, prayers out to everybody who has been and will be in the path of Hurricane Dorian. Thank you.